Hey guys, it's Kristen, obviously, but what's today? I don't know, but what's today, really? Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. 15th. It's the 15th. I didn't even look, and I don't even have my watch, so we're just going to say it's the 15th. If it's not, then I'm on a different time level than everybody else. So today I honestly did not feel like filming or doing anything. I know I was going to film yesterday, but I kind of just procrastinated like I normally do, and yeah, I had some things that I wrote down yesterday, and I should have just put up the camera and filmed. I need to start doing that. Just need to like put up the camera in the morning, because in the morning I just get tons of things, downloads coming to me, and I just need to do that. And I don't know why I haven't done that. But this is, I know last week I talked about patterns and habits, and this is kind of the same thing that what I was talking about today is with the expression and everything, is I usually like to isolate myself, because I feel, especially if I'm also just feeling off or just not feeling a certain way, I'll kind of isolate myself and not go and do what I need to do. And that's caused a lot of me looking like I'm lazy or just not having the right responsibility outlook in life. And so today I'm doing that. So I just put on like a little bit of makeup, because I actually don't like putting on a lot of makeup. I don't feel the need to put on a whole ton of makeup. I honestly usually just do this, where it's just like a little bit of eyeliner, a little bit of mascara, some blush, and that's it. And it's fine that if other women want to put on a lot of makeup. Sometimes I like to put on a lot of makeup if I'm going out, or if I have some kind of event or somewhere to go. But even then, sometimes I'll put on just a little bit of makeup, or a lot of times I don't like wearing makeup. So I like the one thing about myself where I don't feel the need to wear a lot of makeup, because I know that I am a really good looking person. And that may come off really conceited, and that's not like what I'm trying to do here. I just am saying I know I look good, so I don't need to put on a lot of makeup or feel the need to put on a lot of makeup. So I'm just going to see how I'm going to put this video together. Like I said, today is just one of those days, and I should have filmed yesterday, and now I'm going to kick myself for it, because today is I'm not having it, I guess. And especially with Capricorns right now and Aquarius, if you have any of those in your chart, you feel like you got bitch slapped. It feels like you got the energy bitch slapped out of you, is what I would say. And of course, I want to say I have Aquarius in my Mars, but it could be Capricorn, either one. I don't know why I don't know this, but one of those, I'm pretty sure it's Aquarius. And that's why today I'm just but yeah, anyways, so yeah, last week I talked about patterns and habits, and I talked a lot about mine, like things that have happened with trauma and wounds, and then how I had conflicted on to others because of that. And these two kind of go maybe 2 and 2 together, but I have posted a post about me going back to dance again, because I have not done that. There's only a few people in my family who know that I have gone back to dancing again. And I don't think I even mentioned what exactly happened when I got injured. And I know that it took 7 years for me to find out, because, like I said, I went to multiple doctors. Because I was so young, starting at 15, going to doctors, they didn't really want to touch me. They didn't think that there was really anything that wrong with me, and that I was over-exaggerating the pain, or I was just being like a hypochondriac. I got a lot of x-rays done, and yeah, I just like tons of x-rays. I don't know if there was anything else that they really could do for me until I ended up getting an MRI 7 years. So I think I was 22 and found out that I had 2 bulge discs in my L4, L5. I had disc degenerative disease. And then 2 years later, it was still the same, but then I ended up getting osteoarthritis. And then 2 years later, it turned into, I want to say now it's my L, from L2, L3, L4, and L5, and maybe L1 also. And then I also got my upper back, because I never got my upper back MRI done, and then I found out I had bulge disc in my neck as well. And there was some kind of malformation, but it wasn't like a form of like a disability, or it was, I don't remember the name. I'll have to get it sometime to find the name, but it's something that makes my neck a little bit shorter than the average person, which is strange. But apparently with this, it causes migraines, which I didn't know this, because I suffer with migraines as well. But, this is the main reason why I was suffering with migraines, and I was told it was hormones that was causing migraines, which that can also cause migraines as well. It could be both together. And this was something I was born with, that I had never even known that I had that. So that was fun to find out at, I think that was last year. So I was 29 years old, It's fun whenever you find something that you're born with 29 years later. So back to where I posted about me doing dance again, talked a little bit about my mom. She, was always there with every recital, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I had somebody comment on my post and had to put how they felt, what I said about it, or how I felt about my own expression. And normally in the past, especially when I was younger, is I would get very angry or just very upset, because like I said, I'm a very sensitive person. So I take things to heart, literally. And now that I know what's been going on, it actually was just kind of funny to read it and realize that that's what I will continue to always deal with, is that, and to learn to just embrace it and to not let it bother me. I just wanted to point that out, because it just, how ironic. I was just talking about that last week, and then somebody ended up putting something. But you know what? That person, I'm not even going to name names. There's no point. That person could have not even meant it the way that I had interpreted the way that they commented on that, but that's how it looked. Even I contacted my best friend Nicole, and I was like, hey, go read that. And she even said, yeah, that's what it sounds like. And I try to get a little bit more people to like say, hey, do you think this is what it is? And yeah, that's what it sounds like. Okay, so I'm not crazy. But yeah, so fun times. Now I'm just learning to just go, yeah, whatever. That it's not that big of a deal. That person can feel how they want to feel as well, and think that they know how I express or whatever. And that's the other thing too, is there's just going to be some people in my life who do not understand what I'm saying, and that's okay, because like I said, I am different, and I do have a different way of saying certain things, and I have many perspectives on things. And that also comes from when somebody is coming to me and talking to me, and I give them another perspective, or I give them a different perspective. They think I'm being cold or harsh or insensitive, when I'm only just trying to get them to see something a different way instead of the way that they're looking at it. And it's more coming from caring a lot about somebody to do that. And a lot of the times it does not come out that way. It comes off as either, I'm a bitch or harsh, cold, or whatever. So there is going to be times in life, there's going to be people who just don't understand what I'm saying, or will take it the wrong way, because I've dealt with that my whole life. It's fine. But there's also people in my life where I'm like, wow, where have you been? Or even, like I said, I have so many conversations with strangers, and people may think that's weird, but people come to me. A lot of the times I don't go to that person. There are times that I do go to people just because I have that strong feeling that I need to go talk to that person, that there's something I need to go say to that person or figure out. There's something going on that I have to go talk to that person. Most of the time, I have strangers coming to me, talking to me, and it's more of life guidance for whatever's going on in their life that I give them, that they move on. And that's great, because those are the kind of people that make me feel like I am doing the right thing in life, that I know that I'm listening to myself, and that is who I am. So yeah, basically that's what I just want to talk about with that post. And so really with the dancing, I had also found out that, see, this is really hard because it's more sensitive and vulnerable stuff that I went through in my life and gone through. And this is a way for me to hopefully have people relate and hopefully help, as well as help with my own healing and my life. But when I was younger, of course, I always wanted to be a dancer. That was very hard because when we were Baptists, if you dance, you're going to hell. You're not supposed to dance. But when we moved to Arizona, that things changed. We stopped going to church, and I was able to get into dance. And then really, when we moved back to Oklahoma, I got into the high steppers. And that was one of the best times of my life, but also one of the hardest times, because I could not understand why. I could not understand why I was not able to feel like accepted with the girls there. And like I said, the girls danced together already for years before I came in. I was the only new girl that came in, I think, ever, really, in my grade. And so that's why I always say that even though I'm doing the same thing everybody else is doing, I'm still not able to relate to those dancers, because I am dancing more for myself and for really expressing my emotions. It helped me to, anything that was internal that was hard for me to express or unable to express, I was able to do that with dancing. And it was quite different and not like that with the other girls. Some girls are just dancing just to be in dance, or I honestly don't know. I know there may be other reasons, but yeah, I was in it for that, and it was just something I knew I was supposed to do. It was something I knew on a deep down in my soul level. I knew that is who I am, is dance. Like, being a dancer, that's who I am. And if I'm not in my human body form and you see just my soul, that's what you will see, is just soul dancing around, dancing, having fun. That's me. That's me. And that may sound really weird or strange, but that's who I am. So, and when I went in with the dance, especially with high steppers, is I wanted to feel accepted, and also had the issue of feeling validated by other people, thinking if that I was accepted or felt validated with the other girls, that would make me feel better for whatever reason. But not even just that, is that I wanted to just be in a group of people, especially with women, to be able to thrive with a group of women in general. It doesn't matter whether other people were different as well, and we're all different, but it wasn't that way. And whenever I tried out to be an officer and I had the highest scores for doing the dance, because I didn't win the popularity vote, I didn't get it. And I let that bother me too much, and I let that ruin what I really wanted, was to get into a group and work with them and work together. Because when I got extremely angry about the popularity vote, I became more of a competition and for myself, and I was only out for myself, and that I was going to be on top, and that no one else was going to get in my way. Until I found out that that's not what you do in a group. That to be a leader, you can't just do it yourself. You can't just be all about yourself. And you have to learn to work together, be patient with the others, learn everybody's weaknesses and make them strengths, and really have understanding that each dancer is individually different, And it takes a lot to be a good leader and to understand that it's not about you, it's about everyone else and working with everyone else. And that's where I messed up. And I can fully admit that now, to know that that's where I messed up, and realize that at that time I was not ready to be a leader. I had to learn that it's not about me, and it's not about competition and trying to control the situation. And so that was a big learning step for me. And that has been a constant growing issue in my life, especially with women. And I would say men, but men, it's more of like power and control kind of thing. But with women, it's especially with friends and jobs in general. I have had power struggles and control issues to the max of, it's just, I would go through multiple jobs because it just, I just hadn't learned. I have not learned that it's not about me. It's not about me. It's not always about me. And I have to learn to get into a group and to be able to let the guard down, to not be always in control and deal with competition, or feel like it's a competition to be on top or to be better than everyone else. And I know that's not something I'm intentionally doing. This is something that has been a pattern from when I was younger that now is leading to this situation and how I'm doing now. And I have to learn, that's what I have to learn, to be more accepted in the groups and to work better in groups. And I know that's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of hard work, but that is actually one of the main things that I'm here to do, is work with groups and with people, and to not be just about myself. But at the same time, to have my own individual way of living in life for myself, and having that freedom, and lots of freedom to do that. And it sounds contradicting and weird. It's really not. It's just in one area of that life with groups and people, friends, jobs, I have to be for others, not myself, which I'm learning. And then in my own personal life, I have to be for myself. If I don't do things for myself and I don't go out and go get those things, then I'm letting somebody else control and live my life. And I'm not taking the authority for my life either. And that's not good. So these are things that I've learned, like I said, the last few weeks. I know I talked about the collective dealing with this, which really this is what's going on right now in the world, is we're all kind of going through certain patterns and certain things that we're going through, I guess, and trying to figure out how to process it, really figure out where it's coming from, and to take it in and let it go. For, like I said, learn to forgive yourself, because you can't keep living in the past But it is good to know what in the past is causing certain patterns and behaviors, and what you're doing and conflicting that onto others, and how you can continue to keep knowing what you're doing and what's causing certain things that you're still continuing to do, which like I even said in the last video, is you can continue to do all the healing that you think you're going to do, which that's great. That's what you should do. But it's not, you're going to continue to have these problems and continue to have things thrown at you on purpose to see if you've learned. And there's going to be times where you'll get it, and there's going to be times that you don't. And that's okay, because we're just living this life. We're not perfect. We're humans. We're supposed to live this life as humans. You know, especially like with the spirituality group right now, is there's a lot of fakeness and lying about, you should meditate every day, you should have all these crystals, you should have this. If you don't have that, you can't do what you need to do. And you don't need any of that. A lot of the times, most people have their gifts. They're born with them. I was born with gifts. And you don't need any of that shit, because you can reach what you need to on your own. And you do it how you feel is the best way for you to do it, because everybody's different. The way that I can reach the divine and God is in my house and being alone. Being alone, completely alone, in my own home where I feel the safest, is where I can get messages and talk to God. That's just for me. But like I said, everyone's different. And some people, they may not be born with gifts. I don't know. I just know that there are certain people who have extremely amazing gifts that they were born with that they don't know yet. And that's why I always said is, I'm usually, which is so crazy, is I already know, and maybe this is just my intuition, or it's just one of my gifts, is the people that I meet in my life, whether it's relationships that I've had, or just friendships, strangers, I will already know if you have amazing gifts or not. And if you're special. And that may sound so weird. A good way special, but it may sound so weird, and people that are watching are probably like, what the hell is this? This is fucking weird. But no, really. I have looked up some charts of people that I knew, and I was just like, I just need to know if I'm right about this. And I've looked up some charts. These are just people I've been close in my life, and sure enough, I was right. And I am right. And I'm not trying to like boost myself. But no, I was right. I'm really good at sensing if somebody has gifts, like amazing gifts. And that's why a lot of the times in my past, I would meet people who were just mirroring myself, who were having bad habits, not wanting to take authority in their life, but who has amazing empathy and care for other people and cares for other people. And I was mirroring that as well, because that's who I was also too scared to go out and do what I felt I needed to do. I continued to do bad habits in my life, that I was trying to suppress things that I didn't want to deal with, that hurt me. And like, these are the things that I'm talking about right now. And so I would attract those kind of people. And it's so hard because you know how great these people are, or at least for me, I know how great these people are, and I would push these people instead of myself. I would push these other people because I knew that they have amazing abilities, amazing gifts, and that they can go far in life, and that these people are special. But I've got to push them. I got to let them know what they need to do to get there. But I realized, because I still wasn't doing that myself, they took it as, like I said, they took it as me being harsh and insensitive, and almost like I'm not caring. And even though it was because I cared so much, I was pushing them and saying, okay, here we go, instead of doing that myself and giving an example for those people in my life. They would just look at me and go, well, you're not doing that, so why should I? And unfortunately, some of those people are not in my life anymore. And the universe will take people out of your life that no longer need to be in your life, or they don't deserve to be in your life, or they're just not going the same path anymore. And that's hard to deal with, especially I'm such a sensitive person and I care so much about other people. It's hard to let people go. It is extremely hard for me to let people go, because I know how special some of those people were to me. But now I realize why most of those people are no longer in my life, and that I've got to move forward, and that the universe has people waiting to come into my life to then go with me. And it may seem that it's hard right now, because you may think you really want somebody in your life and they just may not be ready, or they just may not be going the same way. And it hurts. It does hurt. It sucks. It sucks because you want some of those people with you. It does. But I really do hope that some of those people maybe one day will go down their own path, and hopefully one day our paths can meet again. If not, I still appreciate every single person that's been in my life, whether or not it was not good, whether it was me that had really hurt someone. I still appreciate every single person that came into my life, because every single person that's come into my life has made me who I am today as well, has given the lessons that I've needed, and has let me grow even more. And I know that's going to continue to happen in my life, and also in yours. You're going to have those, it feels like one in a lifetime special people who you think that will never happen again. But I promise you, there's going to be other people that will come into your life that will change that. Maybe not feel that way. I don't know, because I'm not living in the future. I'm just living for today, really. A lot of people need to sit down and, recognize their patterns and behaviors, recognize and remember the people that got you to where you are today. And if those things in the past keep coming up and you haven't dealt with them, deal with them. If you have dealt with them and those thoughts come up, just kind of let them go. Let them pass. And then keep living for today. And it is hard sometimes to live in the present if you have a really big imagination and you constantly think a lot. Because I'm a Gemini rising, and some people think Gemini risings are just scatterbrain. I mean, which we are. Just there's so much going in my head all the time. And Gemini risings love to talk. So obviously, if you get me talking, I will continue to keep talking and talk. But that's what I like to do anyways. Sometimes I need to realize to let other people talk. You know, I like to talk, obviously. But no, really, this is just a video that I wanted to do today, and I just wanted to talk a little bit because I knew I needed to. Sorry for my dog barking. But that was a sign. No. No, I'm glad I did this because you know what? It's so weird. I started this out as I didn't really want to do it, and I wasn't that in a great mood really. And now I'm in a good mood. And I feel great now. It's like I said, I'm learning my own patterns and my behaviors and just doing the shit when I need to do it. So I hope that this will help you, and to know that when you feel like shit and you don't want to go do anything and you isolate yourself, to just fucking go out and do it. Do what you need to do. Get your ass up. Go do it. We've been isolated for too long anyways. What was it? COVID was how long? 2020? And people want to sit there and isolate themselves and continue to say, well, I'm so introverted. I can't deal with crowds. Please. Were you that way whenever you were a child and in school talking to your friends, going, I'm so introverted, I'm not going to go out tonight? So what if you are introverted? It's good for you to go out and meet people. Go out in nature. Go do something. It's not good for you to sit there and just isolate yourself and be by yourself. We were never meant to be really by ourselves. The only time, like I said, with certain people, which I know for myself, having to be alone to get messages and to get energy, I have to get energy off of me from other people because I tend to take it in too much. And so that's what I need when I'm talking about time by myself and being alone, so then I can continue to help other people and continue to know what is my energy and what is somebody else's. That's what I mean. It's okay to have time to yourself and enjoy time to yourself. I'm talking about it's not okay to continue day in, day out to be by yourself alone and never go out and never just be with nature, go out, take a walk, go talk to somebody. Now, people act like they're so scared to talk to people now. And the system has obviously done its job in dividing us, but you know what? They're not going to win. People need each other. We need each other to change things, to just be as support. That's what we need. We weren't here, like I said, to be by ourselves. If that was the case, then honestly, you'd just be the only person here, right? You would think. But anyways, I hope you guys have a good weekend. Like I said, I was last week, I wanted to do 2 videos this week. I'm going to try to do a video tomorrow because I already know something else I want to talk about. I was going to kind of introvert it with this video, but I just don't think it's really going to mesh. So I'm going to do a video tomorrow. I know what I'm going to talk about. So we'll go from there. So I'm going to say, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.